Right, second cup of herbal tea. My herbal tea choice is Pucker because they are plastic free packaging and plastic free tea bags, and they are the best herbal teas that I can find on the market. They're expensive, but that's probably why, because they are very, very, very nice. Anyhow, in today's video, coming to talk to you about deodorant, natural deodorant. So, you may have noticed on social media, on the news and anywhere else that you turn where there's a screen, that there is a big plastic problem throughout the whole of the world. I have actively been trying to help with this problem by consciously being more conscious about the things that I consume, as in the products that I buy, particularly when it comes to skincare, hair care, makeup, body care, cosmetics in general, whether that's like down to your toothbrush, toothpaste, all the way up to like your posh makeup and things like that. So deodorant is something that I have to use. If you are one of the lucky people that don't have to wear deodorant because you don't sweat and you don't get stinky, then I am jealous of you. So I'm a sweaty Betty, always have been. I've been a more curvaceous girl at about size 18, size 20. And I slimmed all the way down to I was a size 6 for a short period of time, floating around a size 8 to 10 for quite a long time also. I've now popped on 4 stone. I think we worked that out, I can't remember what we worked it out to be in kilos, but I'll leave it not in the description, on the screen round about here, just so you know what kind of weight we're talking about. So I'm now around the size 14 at a real push, but I'm more comfortable in a size 16 or an 18, dependent on the cut or the, you know, where the garment is from. So my point in talking about my sizes there is I have been a bigger, curvier girl and a incy wincy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini girl, and now I'm somewhere in the middle and I sweat all the time. Then my weight, I've figured out through being at opposite ends of the spectrum and now smack bang in the middle, is not something that changes how much I perspire. So for years and years and years before I went cruelty free, I used an aerosol tin can spray. I always used to use the brand Sure, the invisible one, the pink one, or the blue one, or the purple one, because I really liked the product. I always used to try and bulk buy it when it was on special offer, because I did used to find it quite pricey. Then I went cruelty free and found out that Aldi's versions of things, Aldi's cosmetics, are cruelty free and vegan, and a hell of a lot cheaper. These retail at about 49p. Probably the most expensive I've seen it is maybe like 69p, but it's always been less than £1. And for years and years, particularly if you've been following me on this channel, you will know that I have been using this style of deodorant. It's the invisible one, so there's less chance of it leaving white marks. It really does protect me. I find that I only need to apply it the once. Maybe if I fancy being extra fresh, more to cool down than anything, because when you spray these on, they feel cold. Whenever you spray an aerosol on, it like cools that area of skin down. Just feeling the can feels cold. But on a 99% time, 99% of a normal day-to-day routine, I'd only ever have to spray this on in the morning. So that's what I've been using for years and years and years. And I was like, well, I'm not sure if the actual aerosol can be recycled. I'm not sure if the actual plastic part can be recycled. So when I'm popping this into my recycling bin, is it actually going to be recycled? So let's look at this packaging. It says can, metal, check your local recycling. So that means that up and down the UK, well, let's just talk about the UK because that's where I live, different recycling centres have different rules. So that means that some recycling centres in the UK will take this and recycle it, others won't. So you could be putting it into your recycling bin and then it's ending up in landfill anyway, which we all know now, if you've been watching the news and the media and things like that, we know now that the majority of the things that we recycle, about 10% of it actually does end up being recycled, which is sad. So the cap, so this plastic bit here, not currently recycled. So if I'm putting this into my recycling bin like this, with the plastic cap part still on, so this is the actual part that sprays, there isn't like a cap that you take off, this part cannot be recycled. So therefore I believe that once you've put this into your recycling bin, you have contaminated your whole recycling bin. And then when that gets put into the truck, you have then contaminated that whole recycling truck. So anything else can in that truck, whether it can be recycled or not, can now not be recycled because of this. Whether that's 100% true, and I've got my facts right or not, is another story. But it would not surprise me in the slightest if that was true. So, also within these sprays, you've got chemicals and lots of other things. Like the third ingredient in this spray is aluminium. So you are spraying directly onto your skin and it's sinking into your pores and blocking your pores is aluminium, which I find to be quite alarming. And why have I been doing this for so many years? So all of these things, I was building up a case to, switch from a 49p deodorant to something that was more eco-friendly and human-friendly, which would cost around about £7 to £10. More negative things about these things. So we've got the positive of this is cruelty-free and vegan winning. We've got the positive of that it is about 49p to buy. Also fits with a lot of people's financial situations, particularly at the moment when a lot of people have been furloughed or actually let go from their jobs and are currently struggling with finances to even feed their family, let alone think about consequences of the environment for the cheap cosmetic products that they have to buy. Right, so antiperspirant deodorants are kind of designed to, when you spray them on, they block up your pores, they fill in your sweat pores and glands to stop you from sweating. It's not one of those you carry on sweating but it deodorizes the smell. Yes, this actually prevents you from sweating as much. So surely over time of you spraying something into your pores that continuously blocks them is a bad thing, because when you think about it, ladies and gents, when we're talking about our skin, all we're talking about is, oh, we don't want to clog those pores, otherwise they'll get disgusting and you'll get acne and spots. You want to open those pores out, clean them all out, you want clean pores, clean this, and you want nutrients to sink into them and not dirt. You want every pore to be clean. So how come we treat our underarm pores differently? Doesn't really make sense to me. It's something that I'm just, it baffles me. So you want all these pores on your face to be clean and open and fresh and blah 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 blah, but you want to block these ones up. Just saying, food for thought. So anyway, those things, the environmental side of it, and I'm spraying lots of chemicals and blocking up my pores side of it was enough to make me go, do you know what? This year is going to be the year where I jump over to a natural deodorant. So this was the first. There have been many more. I've only kept a few tubes and things to show you. Ben and Anna was the first brand of natural deodorant that I tried. So this cost me about £10, and I was like, well, you know, already we're £9.50 worse off, but you know, we're doing good things for the environment, and you know, and I'm doing better things for my personal health, my underarm health, my skin health, my blood health, everything, my actual personal health. But £9.50 worse off already. So granted, these probably last a bit longer than these, but do they? Because with these particular tubes, so let's talk about the actual tube to begin with. So this is all cardboard and can be thrown into the recycling, but can it? Because it's got residue of deodorant left on it. So you've got the deodorant in the stick, and it's like a push pop. So you've got a piece of cards that starts off lower down, and then you push it up to make the actual deodorant come out. This is just the cardboard bit that the deodorant was once sitting on, and then obviously the stick would be like, you know, push pop lollipop, and then you wipe it under your underarm. The heat of your underarm helps melt the product. It's kind of like when coconut oil is solid, but then as soon as you put your body heat to it, it melts down into like an oil liquid state. So that's kind of like, that's how it works. So the whole product packaging is fully recyclable. Without shadow of a doubt, I would say, I'd put my hands on it, or put my heart on it, that all of these natural deodorants are going to be 100% vegan and cruelty free. So this is 100% natural origin, vegan and cruelty free, and 0% aluminium. So as I did more and more research about natural deodorants, the more and more I saw 0% aluminium, and I'm like, well, goodness me, what is aluminium doing? Still to this day, I haven't really researched that, but I'm assuming it mustn't be that great over a long period of usage, which, you know, it frightens me, because unfortunately I have stopped using these and I have gone back to my old ways, but we'll get onto that later into the video. So this one was made in the Netherlands, and it's the Jasmine and Cherry Blossom. Kind of smells a little bit like Love Hearts. What's not to like? Didn't protect me in any way. So when I first started using natural deodorants, you have to go through, or I went through, I don't think you have to go through it, I think it depends on you as a person. I went through a detox period. So basically, when you stop using this, you detox, and your pores start to reopen, and gunk, like actual gunk, like whiteheads that you get on your chin and on your face. I had actual whiteheads and gunk pouring out of my pores, which I found very painful. It's a painful process. It actually hurt quite a lot, and it was just disgusting. I was literally standing there squeezing whiteheads in my armpit, which is not something that anybody told me would happen when doing this. However, when I watched some YouTube videos on it, a few people I'd come across had the same issue. So you could go through a detox period where the gunk that you've been using to block up your pores to stop sweating comes out, because, yeah. So this is a deodorant, not an antiperspirant. So it doesn't block your pores and it doesn't stop you from sweating, which for me was not great, because I will sweat. So I was all of a sudden I was getting sweat patches in my clothing, but I didn't smell of sweat, but I was definitely wet. I couldn't wear long sleeve tops like I wanted to, because I would just get a patch of wet, but I didn't smell of BO. I could smell when it was wet, I'd sniff it, and I smell of the deodorant. So this particular one wasn't very good for me at all. Purely, I think maybe it wasn't that great because this was the one I used to detox, so that put me off this particular brand. But some people absolutely love this brand and they rave over it and they really, really like it. So then the next brands that I moved on to was one that I could find locally to buy rather than ordering it online. Was the Earth Conscious, which is actually a UK brand. It's made here in the Isle of Wight, so it's not mainland UK, but it is one of our big islands. So the Isle of Wight is in the English Channel. So these all come in different smells as well. So I got a grapefruit and lemon flavour, and then here I've got two of it says Strong Protection, peppermint and spearmint. So what I found over a course of time was that the mintier flavoured scented ones were the ones that helped protect me better than any of the other smells. I think I've had ones that are like lavender and lemon and like some sort of floral smells. I mean, they were great if I was having a day where I didn't move around a lot or anything like that, but overall they were less protective or less, I found less protective, so less protection from sweating as much as these. For some reason, the minty ones, although they're not supposed to be antiperspirants to stop you from sweating, they did reduce the amount that I sweat for some reason. So Earth Conscious as a brand was my favourite one that I did try. Again, this is vegan approved by the Vegan or Vegetarian Society, and it says it's Marine Conservation Society on it as well. And this is 60 grams, and I found these ones to be, they're about $7.99 or something like that. So what's that? So say it's £8. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 25, about £25 there. No, that can't be right. That's insane. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, £24. Sorry, my maths. About £24 on 3 deodorants. Whereas if I could have continued to use these, I'd be on £1.50. Do you understand what I'm saying? £24 versus £1.50. So again, these are completely cardboard, 100% recyclable, and it's like kind of like the push pop lollipop things where you push it up and the product comes up and you whiz it away and then you push it back down with your hand, put the lid on, and away you go. So like, let's just bend one of these to show you that it is completely cardboard, like the inside of a toilet roll. You can recycle that just like you can recycle these. So those are the pros of it. Again, there's coconut oil in these, shea butter, blah 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 blah. And then I found in the peppermint one, there was something in the peppermint ones that I found was the ingredient that was key to making these things work more. So it was the arrowroot, if I'm pronouncing it right, root powder, and sodium bicarbonate. So there's sodium bicarbonate in this particular flavoured grapefruit and lemon one, but there isn't the arrowroot. And the arrowroot is the one that I found is the key ingredient to making natural deodorants work better. But again, I wasn't sweat free. I was sweating, I was getting patches underneath my arms, and I was taking my clothes off at the end of the day, and because these are sort of like oil based. So imagine coconut oil when it all melts down into a liquid. It's a bit thicker than that, and you're rubbing it under your arm. If you're putting clothing across that, then you're going to have this sort of like oily type of residue left on the clothing at the end of the day, along with the sweat that you've been sweating, because it doesn't block your pores and stop you from sweating, unlike these. And then another brand that I did try was the We Love. So again, it's the cardboard packaging type of deal with like the push pop lollipop type of deal where you push it up. So it's empty, so it's hard for me to try and explain. But you push it up and the product comes up, and then you and then pop the lid back on and away you go. This one still smells absolutely divine. This is one of the minty flavoured ones. So I found out quite quickly that the mint ones were the ones that work for me. These were on offer in Holland and Barrett, which is why I bought these. And then I've got the Forever Fresh one as well. So that was a bit more of a masculine smell, but not completely masculine. So let's just compare the ingredients of these. Oh my flipping goodness. I've just realised that this one, I don't know about this one. Oh my goodness, these are not vegan. So that serves me right for assuming that, because they've got beeswax in them. Furious. Okay then guys, so if you are vegan and cruelty free, you can't buy this brand because it has beeswax in it. So I'm not really wanting to talk about these too much more. But again, same principle with the packaging, completely fully recyclable packaging, and the mint one works better. You can, unfortunately, it's that brand that we've now just realised has got beeswax in it. I'm so annoyed with myself. I just assumed that they'd be all vegan. Urgh. You can also buy them in tin form like this, which is cool because you could clean out the tin and reuse it if you wanted to. And then you'd sort of just use this to swipe across at the amount of product you want and then rub it on, which eventually I did have more tins from this particular brand, the Earth Conscious, which was my favourite brand out of all of the, I think I tried about 3 or 4 brands in the end. But this was my preferred method in the end of using the deodorants. I felt like I could rub it in a lot more to all like the nooks and crannies as you were, and like make sure it was like really in your skin. It's like almost absorbed rather than wiping it on. I like massaged it in, so I found that that worked better. So you might have gathered by now that after those I have stopped using those. Despite all the positive things about them, I want to show you that there's more negative things about them. So in the winter I used to like wearing this sort of style of clothing. It's a long sleeve top, it's clingy, it keeps you warm. I wrecked many clothes using this style of deodorant, which I found to be counterproductive. So I thought that, you know, I'd take off my garment so it comes inside out, and you can see here staining from the product. And I'm not even sure if I've washed this off, so I haven't washed this on purpose, just so you can see. So at the end of the day, you'd be able to see chunks of the product all gathered up here. So if I scrape that off, you can get actual bits of the deodorant product off because it's all stuck onto the garment. So I was like, okay, cool, you know, that happens. That's fine. I'll stick it in the wash and it'll come out. So you'd stick it in the wash and yeah, it would wash off, but it would leave a stain. And obviously over time I was like, oh, maybe I just need to put it on a hotter wash. I'm washing on 30. Don't really like washing any higher than that. And I was like, that's kind of counterproductive as well, because washing on a higher temperature than 30 is, as we know, it's not as environmentally friendly. So anyway, long story short, I ended up staining loads and loads of clothes, which are now unwearable because it makes me look like I've got disgusting stains underneath my arms. So here is specimen number 1. So this is the outside. I've turned it the right way around. So you can see this is supposed to be the colour of the garment. And then here, it's not showing too well, but that's all stained underneath now. It's all grey and disgusting. Let me find you some better specimens. Specimen number 2. A white vest top. So this is the colour it's supposed to be, and here is the colour that it turned out to be. So let me just put that against. So that's the colour it's supposed to be. This is the colour it turned out to be. Will it wash out? No. Have I put it on a 90-degree wash out of sheer desperation to try and save my top? Yes. Is washing on 90 degrees advisable for the environment? No. So I've been good to the environment because these are fully recyclable. I've been good to my body because there's no aluminium in them. I've been good. I've been bad to my financial pocket, and now I'm wrecking clothes. So now I have to go and buy more clothes because these ones are so disgustingly stained. Like, that is foul. That is absolutely foul. That is rank. That makes me feel dirty. I feel disgusting. It's disgusted showing it to you. But this is what those style of products did, and it continues. So here's another one. I've thrown some of these out in absolute desperation. So here's my nice stretchy pink top that had a hole in it anyway. Can you see the oil stain? It looks like it's a permanent sweat patch. And this is inside out. So let me show you when I've actually got the item on. Grey oil. It's just foul. So that's number 3 top, ruined. Oh look, another vest top. Scabby as. Absolute skank. Grey, brown. Let's put it against the white background so you can see more clearly. You can see all down here, oil stains, dirt marks. And have I put these on a 90-degree wash? Yes, I have. Another white long sleeve. Look at that. Absolutely disgusting. I'm so annoyed because I feel like by doing a good thing, I've created a bad thing. Ruined. I can't wear this top now. Absolutely ruined. Grey. Just look, ruined. And another white vest top. Obviously white is going to be the culprit more than a black one. But yeah, so again, look at that, disgusting. So yeah, that's number 5. So I've been keeping them in there for a while to film this video, and that for me, after I'd started wrecking so many clothes, I was like, I can't do this. I can't spend more money to wreck clothes on a regular basis, because we all know that buying more clothes is equally as environmentally damaging. So like, where's the balance? So I have gone back to using these. So I was like, I'm not spending £10 every month or more than every month to ruin clothes. I just can't do it. And I know for a fact that not everybody has this problem. Like, I feel like I am a little bit alone in this problem where I've wrecked clothes so detrimentally. Like, all of those I'll have to use for rags now. And my rag bag is getting really big. I've got more rags than I have cleaning. Do you know what I mean? There's only so much I can do. And where do these clothes end up? I can't even put them into a clothes bank, because what person in their right frame of mind will have or want to wear those? I'm disgusted, absolutely disgusted. So I've gone back to using these. So financially my pocket is a bit bigger again because these are only 49p, but at what cost? So is this more environmentally friendly actually than these make out to be? Do you know what I mean? So yes, these are, you know, in cardboard that can be recycled, blah 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 blah, but it's wrecked these, so now I need more clothes. So is it environmentally friendly though? and I've washed them on really hot washers to make sure that it can come out, but it doesn't. So is that more environmentally friendly though? In my personal opinion, no. And I'm really gutted because I don't want to be spraying aluminium on my arms, but at the moment that's what I have been doing. I've gone back to buying these because it's easy. It's on my food shop, so I don't have to specifically go to another store to buy it. There is one more natural method that I would like to try, and they tend to be, you can buy them in stick form or in spray form, and I think there's one called Salt of the Earth. And it's, instead of being like, it's more a liquid product, but it's got lots of salt in it, which apparently does help you from stop sweating, which is, I think, primarily what I want. That's what I enjoy, because I am a sweaty person, like I said. Like, if you are a not sweaty person, but you do wear deodorant, but you don't sweat a lot anyway, these would probably be really good for you, because of the lack of sweat situation. Whereas for myself, because I sweat a lot, I don't want to sweat as much. So there's salty ones that you can buy. I'll try and insert a picture to show you what I mean. And if any of you have tried the salty sprays or the rub-on salt sticks, then please let me know if they have worked for you in the past. But I'm so dubious about doing it because I do not want to wreck any more clothes, and the fear or the knowledge now that I might have to go through that detox period again frightens me half to death. But yeah, there we are. That's the reasons why I don't use natural deodorants anymore, because they do not work for me. They cost me an absolute small fortune, and they have wrecked many, many clothes. 5 garments of which I've shown you today, and many, many more. Like, there are some clothes where even now, like on the inside of my dressing gown, there's still, where I've washed it, there's, even after I've washed it, there's still marks from the deodorant. And on my pyjamas and things like that as well, there's marks. And I just can't do that. I can't afford to wreck clothes, not when I'm trying to exit fast fashion, completely delete fast fashion from my whole entire of my life. So yeah, back to the good old faithful, which is not environmentally friendly, I am well aware, and is probably not all that healthy. I'm also very well aware, but it works for me. So I need, just like my toothpaste situation, where I use a non-cruelty free brand for that, in horrible plastic packaging, it works for me because I can't find anything else that does work, that is environmentally friendly and vegan and cruelty free and all of that majazz. So unfortunately, sorry, natural deodorants, but you are an absolute fail. If you've used natural deodorants and you've had success or failures like myself, I would love you to tell me about it in the comments down below. Add me on Instagram, send me a little inbox message if you want to talk about it in further detail. If you don't want to share like the nitty-gritty about what happened to you, did you detox, did you not? And have any of you tried the salt sprays and sticks? I would be interested to know about those if you have. If you like this video, guys, please give it a massive thumbs up. It has been in the process of being made for about a year now, I would say. So it's been a long awaited video to make as well. So I'm glad that I've got that done, because now I can go and throw all these things into the recycling and turn these into rags so they don't have to sit at the bottom of my wardrobe anymore. Anyway, guys, stay safe, wear your masks, wash your hands. See you all in the next video. Bye.